Hello folks, I'm Scott Grove, and I'm going to do a review on another guitar that I got in today, but right before I start, I got to give my guitars a drink. So, turning on the humidifier. Okay, so anyway, what I got today, yep, you've seen it before. I got another Corvus, okay? Yeah, 1983. I had to get another one. I had not rounded out my complete collection yet. They made a whole bunch of different variations of these. Anyway, this one here, of course, being the lovely Corvus 1. I did this review just a few minutes ago actually, and my tape goofed up on me, so I have to splice this into what I recorded earlier. So if you see anything funky going on, that's what was happening, alright? So the 1983 Gibson, that's right, Corvus 1, Corvus 2, a Corvus 3, and a Futura, which were all shaped exactly like this. Okay, so this is the Corvus 1. What that basically means is that, I will get this closer to you and show you exactly what it means. Okay, it means that this guitar actually has one humbucker in it, and that is it. You got a volume, a tone, and some place to plug it in. Nothing else. Okay? There's one of the better bridges Gibson ever had. Okay, so just one humbucker in the bridge. Nothing else. It's routed out for all the various other kinds of Corvus models there were. The Corvus 1 had this one. Has one humbucker here, nothing else. Corvus 2 has two humbuckers and a three-way toggle switch like any other Gibson would, and has the three knobs. And the Corvus 3 has a master volume and a master tone, and has three single coils and a five-way switch like a Stratocaster. Corvus is Latin for crow, which if you hold this guitar just the right way, sideways, this is supposed to resemble a crow in flight. Okay, so whatever with that, but that's what it means. Here's your Strat style slash, no, not Slash from Guns N' Roses, slash Strat versus a Explorer headstock, so 6 keys on a side. This particular one is all original. There's your Gibson keys. You probably can't make out the serial number from there, but if you can, it's a 1983. It's right about there. If you can read it, first and fifth digit will give you the year. So 83 there. Bolt-on neck, as was very common with all the Corvus models. The Futura ended up, which is the same guitar, ended up doing a neck through, and they did the typical two-pneumatic bridge system with the Futura, where they had, which is actually a Corvus 2 with the two humbuckers, a two-pneumatic bridge, everything gold-plated, and then neck through. That would give you the Futura. They tried to do that and as the really high-end model. Okay, so that's all there is to this guitar. Just the wacky body shape, and there's nothing else to it. These play great. They, got the ebony fingerboards actually, and they're just superb, killer guitars in all ways in the world. If you don't like the looks of them, that's cool. I really dig them. So let's check out what they actually sound like. Like I said, here's a more than a one-trick pony actually. I don't know how, but I was surprised to get it. This is the first Corvus 1 I've got. I've got a few of the others, but I expected it to have less tonal possibilities than it does. But the best thing about these is what they call the Norlin years. When back in the good old days when they actually tried new things. The best thing about Gibson back then was the guy who made all your pickups, Bill Lawrence. Okay, Gibson kept giving him less and less money and said, work with it, make a bunch of cheap junk, and okay, you get this much to do it with. Now we're going to take away some more money, and gave him less and less to do with. but Bill Lawrence kept coming up with the best pickups around. So the pickups that came in these, that came in the S1s, the Marauders, the Grabbers, all the different versions of the Grabbers, Rippers, the G Grabber 3. God, there's just so many guitars that Bill Lawrence did all the pickups for, and they became magical. Most of them he had to go ahead and do the bolt-on neck with so he could cut the costs and then put better sounding pickups in them. But they made for better guitars than all the other Gibsons combined out there of the time. So these are slowly, I can't say slowly, because the Corvus is actually one of the highest climbing monetarily, meaning collectibles guitars out there right now, as far as how much per year it is gaining as far as a collectible guitar goes. Okay, so let's check out a couple more things real quick, and then I'll let you hear the thing. Number one, I will go ahead and just pull this and set her down. And I'll just hang it on the wall over here. There we go. I'll show you a couple more. Here is the Corvus 2. So the same guitar, but with the 2 pickups. You have 2 volume controls, so you can still do the kill switch thing, and a master tone. Okay, so there's the Corvus 2. Okay, everything I'm going to show you right here is from 1983. I don't know why, but every Corvus I end up getting ends up being from 1983. They made them from 82 until 84. Okay, so here's some Corvus 3s, which are my personal favorites because I'm just kind of a Strat guy. So they are just like a Strat, except for the body style. So the 3 single coils, the 5-way switch, and just master tone, master volume. Okay, these are again all original. Blah 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 blah. You will see it painted back of the neck here, which they did on a couple of them. They did that on the Futuras also. They painted the back of the neck. These have heavy finishes on the backs of the neck, so they're not bone dry, so you will stick to them a little bit. Okay, let's put these bad boys away. And I do have another Corvus 3, which was my first one, which sent me into really wanting these things so much because it was just so cool. So this was the one that started them all. So again, all 1983s, just superb guitars. If you can't stand the looks of them, don't buy one. Okay, but I really dig them. I can't think of a better Gibson guitar out there than this whole series. These and the S1s and the Marauders. Anything that has Bill Lawrence pickups in it are great. Okay, here's this guitar. Which pickup? The only one. Okay, I'm just going to turn everything on 10. Going through my Johnson Millennium JM150, which is the very first modeling amp ever made. And of course they don't make them anymore. Why? Because they're great guitars. That's why they don't make them new. Oh, that's... you got to plug your cord in to make things work. Did you know that? Okay, let's run this up through my strap. So buddies of mine actually all get you into these, but are making these quilted straps now. And they are fabulous. Every guitar, it don't matter whether it's a Les Paul or not, feels like it only weighs like 3 pounds. And these will be for sale on my website very soon, but they're all quilted, doubled. And if you turn them around, wear them the other way, and put this over your shoulder, man, a Les Paul, you can't even tell you're wearing a guitar anymore. They're amazing. So I'll give you some details on that shortly. But back to the guitar. Again, here we are on 10. Everything's on 10 except for the amplifier. So just clean. And this single humbucker pickup is voiced in a way that it does not sound like what you think it's getting ready to sound like. Okay? Until I hit the distortion. But it's a wide range pickup, and it actually, even though it's here, it sounds almost like you have 2 pickups on. It's not just a real bright sounding pickup right next to the bridge. So Bill Lawrence compensated for that. actually a great sounding pickup and great sounding guitar. You want to hear it with a little slight bit of a drive on it, barely. So very straightforward. Let's go to the same sound. Give it just a little bit of a fullness with the chorus. Okay, so you can tell what it sounds like. So all you have to work with, period, is a volume knob and a tone knob. And if you know your stuff, a volume knob is also a tone knob, unfortunately, because when you do switch a volume knob off a 10, your tone actually goes away, your high end goes away. Okay, so I've turned the volume down to, let's go to 5. All the brightness is gone. That's just the way volume pods work. They're not made well, okay? But that's the way they're made. That's why I use a Norlin volume pedal, so that there's no pot involved. There was probably some pot involved when they made this shape. Somebody was smoking something, but hey, I like it. It's comfortable. It's all get out, especially sitting down. Okay, so here's your tone again with the volume wide open. Volume at half, here's your tone. So it does change your tone, just like it should. And the volume actually works from 0 to 10. It doesn't just go on or off, so it actually still works after all these decades. The tone control is very active. Bill Lawrence always made sure he used good stuff there. Here it is on 0. Here's 3, 5, 7. So you could actually simulate a dual pickup guitar or a Les Paul basically right here, going from 10 to 7 to 5. If you go to 10, it almost sounds like, you know, the bridge pickup all by itself. Of course it is. But it still has some extra balls because it's a single extended range pickup. So it does have a little more bottom end to it than a normal pickup would be in that position. Turn the tone back to 7 and it pretty much sounds like a 2 pickup guitar. Tube stuff for you there, and then if you go back to 5, you're basically sounding like you're almost on a rhythm pickup. Okay, so there it is, all on clean. Now let's do some distortion. Everything wide open again. Now this is going to be plain old regular distortion with nothing else on but reverb, of course. so this guitar is thick as all flipping get out. So, God, what else could you ask for, man? I mean, you turn on that distortion, this thing goes nuts. It's just killing my vocal right after I get done playing, because the volume in here is just so immensely loud that it's killing the compressor on the microphone that's built into the camera. But what a heavy sounding guitar when you toss it just wide open and throw on just plain distortion. It is just huge, man. This dude is huge. Check it out again one more time, just with a little bit of palm muting. So that bad boy is just insane. Let's go to just a little bit of overdrive. Back the volume down just a little bit. Overdrive. Okay, let's go back to just one more thing, just another distortion sound, and this will be the last thing I show you. But it's just a one pickup thing, and all you do is control the tone or the volume, and that's all you got a choice from, other than pedals and stuff, you know. But let's see, let's try this. So it is just a very basic guitar, except for that it excels way over things like your melody makers and all that kind of junk. They've even got the new melody makers with the single pickups that don't do all this, because they don't have the Bill Lawrence ingenuity of the pickups in them. That was the whole magic behind the Norlin years, and of what people call the budget guitars, or the whatever that he was forced to make. But he still concentrated on it's all about the pickups, man. He's like, okay, let's cut corners elsewhere and just put a bolt on neck here so I can make great pickups for everybody out there. And that's what Bill Lawrence did, made great pickups. You try to buy these pickups individually, or the ones off the S1s now, and they'll cost you $100, $150 each, just like good pickups will. Okay, so these are actually entering collector status. They show these guitars on Guitar Hero, for God's sake. It's like bonus land if you see this thing. Okay, so there you go. The 1983 Gibson Corvus 1. So I just got this one in the day with the original hard shell case for a crazy, amazingly, stupidly low price. Saw one sell on eBay today, the Corvus 3, where somebody had stripped all the finish off of it, and of course put on the brown wood grain stain, and then went back over it a couple of times with a rattle can or spray paint and did the clear coat, and it just looked like hell, and it almost made it up to $800 for that guitar. People kept bidding on it. Why? Who knows, because it's not worth much more than the paint they put on it, or the clear coat paint. It wasn't even real nitro or anything. It was just spray can paint. But people are out there buying it because they don't know any better. So hopefully these reviews will help you understand what some of these are about. But anyway, yeah, they're getting to be very collectible, and they're fetching over $1,000 easy for the real ones. So the Corvus, if you dig them, check them out. If not, move along. Don't bother me, kids. Okay, but very cool guitars, man. You can't go wrong. Anybody tells you they're not comfortable sitting down, they're wrong. If they tell you it sucks, period, they're wrong, because these are amazingly great guitars. So if you ever see one, check it out, see it for yourself, make sure it's set up correctly. Remember, a bad setup is not the guitar's fault. It just needs to be set up by somebody who actually knows what they're doing. So that means don't take it to Guitar Center. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.